I gotta tell you guys, that was the most epic semifinals I have ever seen on Dancing with the Stars. No, really, all 6 of them got perfect scores in one of their dances, but the double elimination last night turned into a shocking twist. How's it going, guys? It's Eric Sharkey, aka Dance with Stars Superfan, back with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about everything that happened during the semifinals. I bet the finale next week is going to be more intense. We got not one, but 2 shocking eliminations during the results after the dances because it was a double elimination. We had a couple announced who had the lesser votes than the others, and the usual judges save, which was a tough one for all 3 of them. The first round was the redemption dance round, where one of the 3 judges helped one couple redeem one of their dances that they struggled, like each of the 3 had 2 couples. And the next round was a one unlearned dance. So that's what we are going to talk about in this video. And if you guys like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and smash that like button, and also turn on post notifications to get you notified about my latest Dancing with Stars content video. So without further ado, let's get started. First up is Sky and Alan dancing the Cha-Cha-Cha to Move Your Feet by Junior Senior, working with Bruno. Bruno was proud of her 24-karat hip action, and her legs were so much better. Carrie thought it was tight and crisp, and an amazing comeback after her last tough performance. Derek noticed how Sky was stronger and more relaxed, and he loves the gold dress, which accentuates her movements. Compared to her first cha-cha that she didn't make any mistakes this time, and it was so much better, and it was a fantastic way to start off the show. So Judge Cruzar, there were all 9s from the judges, giving them a score 27 out of 30. Next up is Justina and Sasha dancing the tango to El Tango de Roxanne by Jose Feliciano, Ewan McGregor, and Yasik Kuman, working with Derek. Derek admired the attack, the passion, and the technique, and there were no hops in that dance. Bruno said Justina was on top of it with a different intention that gave the dance the right feeling, and it was so much better. Carrie tells her she's on fire tonight, and there was a new oozing sensuality from her. This time she wasn't hopping during the tango, it was crisp and clean, and it was so much better than her first tango. So Judge Cruzar, Carrie a 9, Derek a 10, Bruno a 9, giving them a score 28 out of 30. Next up is Johnny and Britt dancing the salsa to X by the Jonas Brothers, working with Carrie Ann. Carrie Ann is proud of them and noticed the tangle in the underarm turns, plus a little mistake on the side-by-side. Derek acknowledges it was a tough routine with power and finesse, and he admires the Cuban heels he is wearing. Bruno thought Johnny got the feeling of action, reaction, and connection, but he too noticed the little mistakes. Despite the little incidents in the dance, this dance was in control and in sync with Britt compared to his first salsa. So Judge Cruzar, they were all 9s from the judges, giving them a score 27 out of 30. Next up is Nelly and Daniela dancing the Paso Doble to Run Boy Run by Woodkid, working with Bruno. Bruno could see the artist and could feel Nelly's restrained power. Carrie thought he danced it with power, presence, and control over his body, although there was a bit of flat-footed movement. Derek said it was definitely an improvement, and he had captivating focus throughout, but he wanted to see more attack during the song's heavy percussion. The bright side is his shapes have improved, but his tacks were a little bit off, but it wasn't too bad compared to his first one. So Judge Cruzar, Carrie a 9, Derek an 8, Bruno a 9, giving them a score 26 out of 30. Next up is Neve and Jenna dancing the foxtrot to Sign of the Times by Harry Styles, working with Derek. Derek loved that it was classic and pure with absolute control throughout the entire routine. Bruno calls him a class act, his bum was under control, and he never lost his frame. He also had great interpretation of the music, and he mirrors Jenna very well. Carrie loved the heel leads and body contact throughout the dance. He has mastered the technique and became a true ballroom artist. Remember the first time he did the foxtrot, he was having a little trouble with it, but this time, it was stronger than ever. So Judge Cruzar, there were all 10s from the judges, which means a perfect score. Last up is Caitlin and Artem dancing the Paso Doble to Hanuman by Rodrigo y Gabriela, working with Carrie Ann. Carrie Ann thought it was passionate and powerful, and it was fantastic, fast, and a furious Paso Doble. Derek wanted more attack from her at first, but she sold on her character by the end of the routine. Bruno thought it was a 100% authentic Paso Doble. I was smiling the entire time because that was 100 times better than her Week 7 Paso Doble. Her attacks in the Paso have improved so much, just like her Argentine Tango last week. Not only that, it gave her so much confidence, which is really good. So Judge Cruzar, there were all 10s from the judges, which is also a perfect score. So now, let's get to the next round. First up is Justina and Sasha dancing the contemporary to Holding Out for a Hero by Ella Mae Bowen and Bonnie Tyler. Derek is feeling a lot of emotions towards the end of the season, and he thanks Justina because he loves watching her. She makes it look effortless with beautiful arms. Bruno appreciates its freedom of movement and sense of relief. Karen thinks Sasha has brought something incredible out of Justina. It was beautiful, authentic, and gorgeous. I gotta say, it was really special that they did this dance, which is inspired about their journey this season, and everything about that dance was absolutely beautiful. So just Guzar, they were all 10s from the judges, which is a perfect score, bringing them an overall total of 58. Next up is Sky and Alan dancing the Viennese Waltz to Lonely by Noah Cyrus. Bruno thought it had the pose and elegance of a Vogue cover. He also admired the emotional connection Sky had to the dance while also maintaining the flow. Karen said Sky is an impressive young woman who expressed her vulnerability and took the routine to a whole different level. Derek compliments her gorgeous frame, and her connection was beautiful, exquisite, with perfection. Despite some mistakes that they made during one of their dances, but for this one, she's starting to become more stronger than she was earlier. So just Guzar, they were all 10s from the judges, which is a perfect score, bringing them an overall total of 57. Next up is Johnny and Britt dancing the jazz to I Live by One Republic. Carrie loved it, and it looked like he was on cloud 9. Derek thought it was beautiful and a perfect representation of their partnership, and he wishes he could give them an 11. Bruno called it clean and clear with purity of line and form with shapes, and everything he loved about that dance was great. This dance reminded me of a contemporary dance, but it was well worth it, and it was still a fantastic routine. So just Guzar, they were all 10s from the judges, which is also a perfect score, bringing them an overall total of 58. Next up is Neve and Jenna dancing contemporary to If the World Was Ending by JP Saxe and Julia Michaels. Derek was so transfixed that he almost forgot to judge, and Jenna aced her choreography. Bruno can't believe Neve was that good without having done it before. Every detail felt purposeful and precise. Karen was also impressed by the choreography, and she didn't tone it down for Neve at all, and Neve was up to her level. I think Jenna is starting to become the queen of contemporary because this type of dance is her strong point, but with Neve, it was so perfect. So just Guzar, it was also a perfect score, bringing them an overall total of 60. Next up is Nelly and Daniela dancing the jive to Jump, Jive, and Wail by the Brian Setzer Orchestra. Bruno thought he nailed it, and it was almost miraculous. Carrie asked what happened, and she also said that was incredible. She thinks this was his long-awaited breakthrough. Derek also thought Nelly nailed that routine. This dance actually got the judges to their feet. I noticed he hit every single move in that jive. I thought he was not going to do well in the jive, but he actually proved me wrong. Even though he was a little bit flat-footed at times, but for the judges, it didn't matter to them whatsoever. So just Guzar, they were all 10s from the judges, which is a perfect score, bringing them an overall total of 56. This marks Daniela's first ever perfect score of her Dancing with the Stars career. So, well done. Last up is Caitlin and Artem dancing in contemporary to Cowboy Take Me Away by the Chicks. Carrie says we've never seen dancing at that level of these semifinals before, especially good at contemporary, and she and Artem come together as a very beautiful team. Derek is tearing up and loved the storytelling. Bruno thought it was powerful and beautiful, and he gives an extra shout out to the pros behind the scenes who made the show possible this COVID season. I think it's really special that she did this dance for her friend Lindsay that passed away. All contemporaries were astounding last night, but I like Caitlin and Artem's just a little better. So just Guzar, it was also a perfect score, bringing them an overall total of 60. Now that we got to the dances, let's take a look at the leaderboard from last night. Time for the top of the leaderboard are Caitlin and Artem and Neve and Jenna with 60 points, Justina and Sasha with 58 points, Sky and Alan and Johnny and Britt tied with 57 points, and Nelly and Daniela at the bottom with 56 points. Man, these scores are really close, by the way. I never really expected them to be close, but I'll take it. Everyone did great during the semifinals, but the improvement of the night is without a doubt Nelly and Daniela. And the best dancers of the night are, with the 2 perfect scores in each of their dances, are Neve and Jenna and Caitlin and Artem. Now the 3 couples who will be advancing to the finals next week are Nelly and Daniela, and Tyra was like, whoa, Nelly and Daniela! Also advancing to the finals next week are Neve and Jenna and Caitlin and Artem, while Johnny and Britt, Sky and Alan, and Justina and Sasha are the bottom 3. With the combined total of the judges' scores and the viewer votes, they announced who is at the very bottom. They are Johnny and Britt. Now it all came down to Justina and Sasha, and Sky and Alan with the judges' save. Derek and Carrie vote to save Justina and Sasha, while Sky and Alan are eliminated, while Justina and Sasha will be advancing to the finals next week. I gotta say, I was really surprised at this one. Compared to the semifinals results 2 seasons ago, this is by far the most dramatic of them all. I know Nelly has improved little by little, even though he hasn't had his share of great dances, but he was able to overcome them. Nelly is kind of the complete opposite of Bobby Bones. Everyone is assuming that Nelly may be the next Bobby Bones, but we don't know. We'll just have to wait and see when finale night comes. I thought that we were going to have a bottom 3 like we did, and I thought that all 3 of them were going to face the judges' save, but one was eliminated right away. We haven't seen a simple elimination without the judges' save since season 27. Overall, I'm really sad that Johnny and Britt and Sky and Alan are eliminated, but the bright side is, Britt Stewart had a really productive first season, and she did extremely well with Johnny. As for Sky and Alan, even though she made some mistakes that she made during her time on the show, but she was able to overcome them, and she never ever gave up. Whenever she struggles, she gets right back on her feet. So Alan was hoping to win a second Mirror Ball, but unfortunately, he'll just have to wait. So next week will be the finals. All of the 4 finalists will be dancing to their favorite dance of the season, as well as the do or die dance of Dancing with the Stars, and my all-time favorite type of dance style out of all of them is the freestyle. So Caitlyn and Artem, Neve and Jenna, Justina and Sasha, and Nelly and Daniela will be competing next week for that coveted Mirror Ball. So Artem's going to be competing in his first final, Jenna will be competing in her second final, Sasha will be competing in his third final, and Daniela will be competing in her first final. Just like Cheryl Berg, Emma Slater, and Julianne Hough, during their first seasons as pros, they made the finals their first time. And that'll do it for this video, so let me know in the comments down below, who do you want to win this season? Tell me your top 4 predictions on which placement do you want them to be, and tell me if you think Johnny and Britt and Sky and Alan should have been in the finals. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on what you think. I think it's going to come down to Neve and Caitlyn if Nelly's fanbase doesn't ruin the whole ending of it. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. This is Eric Sharkey, aka Dance with a Star Superfan. Catch you next time.